You're watching Mining Headlines on mining.com. Gold hit a new record high on Wednesday after the U.S. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 0.5 percentage point. That's the first U.S. interest rate cut in 4 years. The price of spot gold rose 1.1% to over $2,600 per ounce, continuing its upward trend on the day of the rate decision. But by late afternoon, those gains were erased. The rate cut was widely expected, but traders were unsure how large it would be. Gold has been hitting record highs recently as investors bet on larger rate cuts from the Fed. Historically, gold, treasuries, and the S&P 500 tend to rise when U.S. interest rates are lowered. A facility in Saskatchewan has made the Canadian province of Saskatchewan the first place in North America to produce rare earth metals on a commercial scale. Now, the province's Research Council announced that the metals were produced this summer ahead of schedule. Premier Scott Moe says this positions the province as a hub for rare earth technology, crucial for industries like green energy and electrical vehicles. In July, the facility signed agreements with international clients to convert rare earth oxides into metals. Atlantic Mining Nova Scotia says it has reached an agreement with the Canadian province on money it owes for cleanup operations. It relates to the cleanup of the closed Touquoy gold mine. Atlantic will pay the remaining 38.7 million Canadian dollar bond. The company was originally given until September the 3rd to pay the full $79.9 million bond, but the deadline is being contested in court. Atlantic Mining has invested 7 million Canadian dollars into reclamation efforts this summer, focusing on tailings management and clearing key areas. The company denies its work is being delayed, saying it's guided by scientific principles, with weather conditions being a key factor. Both the company and environmental groups are closely monitoring the situation, as the case could set a precedent for future mine cleanups in Nova Scotia. A court hearing on the case is set for November. Canada's Barrick Gold has had to halt most operations at its Porgera gold mine in Papua New Guinea. This decision follows violent clashes that claimed at least 20 lives, including 2 of Barrick Gold employees. Local media reports violence erupted between illegal settlers and local landowners. Papua New Guinea has granted emergency powers to police, including the use of lethal force, to manage the unrest. The conflict between ethnic groups has worsened since firearms started replacing traditional weapons. BHP, the world's largest miner, has raised concerns about the impact of artificial intelligence on global copper demand. The rise of AI and data centers could increase copper needs by 3.4 million tons annually by 2050. Well, that's according to BHP CFO Vandita Pant. Currently, data centers account for less than 1% of copper demand, but this is expected to rise to 6 to 7% by mid-century. BMO Capital Markets analyst Colin Hamilton notes that while data centers are becoming less copper intensive, the energy required to power them is copper heavy. Now, the growing need for copper has driven BHP's recent acquisitions, including the purchase of Oz Minerals and a failed bid for Anglo American. Well, that's where we leave your mining headlines for this week. Bye-bye.